Recording.
Recording in progress.
So formally now we welcome, and this is Rinku Jain. I'm with Amitabh Psychology. It's not a new name for all of you, but this is one good initiative which we have taken so that students, the upcoming psychologists, they get an exposure to present themselves in front of people. हमारी सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम होती है कि हम लोगों के सामने बोल नहीं सकते, हमारे पास टैलेंट बहुत होता है, टैलेंट इतना भर भर के है, लेकिन बताए कैसे, किसको बताएं, कौन सुनेगा. So that was in my mind, on my mind, that this thing I should be putting up and taking an initiative so people join, listen to new things, exchange their knowledge, and also who are shy, afraid of expressing themselves, they get a good platform where they can share their knowledge with us. And what a good way to start is with music. We all love music, don't we? Yes or no? You can put in emoticons. I've just muted you all. I'm sorry. So that you just listen. We will have a question and answer session at the end. So for partial, temporarily, I will unmute. But when the speaker starts, so you can unmute and let me know how many of you like music and whether you enjoy or not. It could be anything, modern, traditional, right? Everybody almost. And you can raise your hands, put an emoticon, reaction, kuch to karo. And be active, be energetic, okay? Just don't be like listening to some Saturday bhajan kirtan. है ना, मैं ये डायलॉग बहुत बोलती हूँ, अगर चुपचाप कोई बैठा रहता है, सिर्फ वन वे ट्रैफिक चल रहा है ना, प्रवचन सुनने जाते हैं, मोदी जी का भाषण सुनने जाते हैं, कोई और बोलता है? नहीं बोलता है. And I'm not taking a class, okay? I'm not taking a lecture here. Right. Yes, Sahaja, you would like to say something? Or like, yes, you like music. That's great. So we have here, and without wasting much of a time, Amitabh Psychology, everybody knows we are a one-stop solution for MAPC, IGNU, first year, second year, everything, whatever you need is with us. Okay, you can always contact us. Our website is there, www.amitabhpsychology.com. We have our own app. Many students know, I don't know, some may be newly joined. And whatever help, guidance you need, whatever classes you need, internship, project, anything, we are there. So a short introduction, Amitabh sir would be joining with us. He's the founder of Amitabh Psychology. And when he joins, I will surely introduce him. But now let me introduce our speaker, Mahen Joshi. Mahen, you can unmute yourself and just say hi to everyone.
Hello.
So,
am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Okay, so he's Mahen Joshi and he's a guitarist, okay, a musician himself. He teaches guitar in the college in Chennai, and he loves music. He wants to teach music and relate it with psychology. That how music helps people to get better mental health, and who are the musicians, the artists, why they have a mental health problems and how music can help them to cure it. That is what is our topic today. So Mahen, I would like you to just say a few words about your college and your vision, what you want to do, and then start with the presentation. And everybody just be active, and when he asks you to do some activity, kindly on your videos so that we also see how much you are enjoying it. है ना, बीच में अगर आपको कुछ कहना है चैट पे आप डाल सकते हैं, मैं सुनूंगी, देखूंगी, ठीक है. लास्ट में हम क्वेश्चन आंसर्स करेंगे. यस महेन, ओवर टू यू.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am, for the intro. Hello, everyone. My name is Mahen Joshi. I'm right now working in a KM Music Conservatory. It's a music college. Past 6 years, I've been teaching there, and I have noticed a lot of students who wants to pursue music as a career. Sometimes it's just a fantasy, sometimes it's they really want but they don't know how to proceed. Sometimes the biggest problem is the self-doubt, sometimes stage fear, sometimes comparing with oneself with others, right? There are a lot of small things affect their mental health, and there are so many artists goes through some psychological issues, some mental issues. So this is the today's topic is mental health when it comes to art form. We narrow it down and make it a music therapy. But before music therapy, we'll just understand what music does to us, what is a connection of music and brain, right? We'll see the neurological point of view, we'll see a history, we'll see a World War I, World War II. That's very interesting thing. I'll connect everything with music. So yeah, before I start to share the screen, can do all of you or any of you know what is music therapy? Have you ever heard this word before? Just give me a thumbs up or just type in the chat yes, no. Nice, nice. Calming down mind and shooting around. Oh, nice. Awesome. Okay, another question before I share the screen. Do you feel that your mood get affected by music? मीन्स ऐसे चिल्स आ जाना, आंखों से पानी आ रहा है, या फिर किसी की याद आ रही है कुछ गाने सुन के, राइट? ओके, यस यस यस, nice, very nice. So what exactly happens to our brain, what kind of emotion it is when we listen to music? Let's start with that. Let me just share my screen. Ma'am, is my screen visible? Full screen is
Yes,
visible.
yes.
Okay. So let's talk about the music therapy. Before I start, make sure whatever questions you have, just note it down or just put it in the chat, because once I start, I'll be in a link because I have prepared something. If you disturb in between, I'll get collapse. Okay, so let's start. These are the topics, simple topics we're going to cover today. First is music and brain, the connection of these two, relation of music and brain. We will go back to a history, we'll see some references. What is a World War II and World War II doing here? I'll explain that. Then we'll go to the types of music therapy and what is the use of it, what is the purpose of therapy, and is it like scientifically proven, is it like actually we use it? I'll answer everything. So Thayer Gaston is a father of music therapy. In 1940, he wrote the first official paper and some articles, and during that time, he actually performed the music therapy on his client. Uh, don't worry, you don't have to read all of this. Okay, how music affect the brain. So let's talk about a neurological point of view for now. When you listen to music, our brain have some hormones. Have you heard of a dopamine? Dopamine is one of a happy hormone, right? When we listen to music, let's not talk about only music. Let's say you're playing something, you got some gifts, you're hugging someone, mom and dad, uh, all the positive things you have done which makes you happy, like attending the seminar on a Saturday night 8 o'clock, right? This everything gives you a dopamine, isn't it? So this chemical, when you listen to a music, the dopamine hormones release, there is an increase of dopamine hormones in our brain that gives us some pleasurable moments, happy moments, right? There are total 4 different type of chemicals in our brain which get affected or affected. Let's talk about first two, endorphins and dopamine. So these two are positive, chemicals. Okay, both are a happy chemical, let's call it. Now what exactly happy chemical means? Endorphin is something natural painkiller, right? uh, when you listen to music, brain use the same pathway which brain use for the feeling our pain, right? So when you're listening to music, you sometimes get distracted because of music, which is a positive thing, right? That's endorphins. And dopamine, what we I already explained. Let me share it again. The next chemical is a cortisol. Now cortisol is a stress hormone. Now when you listen to music, this also get increased, no, sorry, it get decreased. Cortisol is a stress hormone. There is a research happened lot of time, in which the researchers have explained and proved that when you listen music for 30 minutes a day, right, then your cortisol level get reduced. Especially this is very useful for a patient who are in a depression or anxiety or mood disorders, right? And next one is immunoglobulin, which is, now this is very interesting that this is related to our immune system, right? So there was a research happened in a 2004 Canada, that they took 30 students, they made them listen to their favorite music, and the same day, sorry, the next day, they just have to sit there with the headphones, empty headphones, like they are listening nothing. Both the times they took their saliva samples, and they found that the immunoglobulin content, the percentage of that hormone have increased when they are listening to music, which is again a really interesting discovery that music sometime affect or effect in our immune system as well. Now before we move to the next topic, once again, sorry. So how these chemicals help you in the daily life, that have you ever considered the fact that when you're listening music, uh, there's some kind of emotion get triggered? It never happened that music is doing nothing to you, right? That's how I'm gonna connect this to a history. Like there are a lot of mythological aspects as well. If you notice, in ancient time, monks used to chant. That is not just for the music purpose, just for the healing purpose, but that is one of the sector. They used to chant for the healing, for the people who are uh, feeling low, depressive mood, in a depressive mood, right? There's a ancient time, there was a person named Pythagoras. We might have known him, I think so, you should know him. Right? So Pythagoras give a very mathematical structure to a music, means like a pitch in between the frequency, like let's say sare gama pada nisa, we know that, right? So he structurized that theory. Similarly, Plato, Aristotle were the strongly believer that music can heal people. Music can uh, make people more stable mentally. Okay, so as we are talking about history now, let me start talking about World War One and Two. This is very interesting thing, that when this is 17th century, 18th century, there are a lot of music theorists. Let's say example, John Sebastian Bach is one of the biggest name in music, who are musicians here, they might know him. He played an important role in music compositions and for the just publicizing his original compositions for the kings. So during World War I, some hospitals use or hire musicians as a part-time job. Similarly, in World War II as well, because they believe that music is helping them to calm all the soldiers during the wounded people during, or maybe in the world war, for the inspiration, for the distraction, mood distraction, or maybe for distraction from any trauma. So keeping this in mind, Russia and US particularly, they started carrying the instruments on the field. If you see the pictures here, on a left side you will see the piano. It's on the field. Those are the photos. They are carrying a grand piano in the back. One guy is holding guitar here. So they used to carry an instrument. This is not for just the entertainment purpose, but they knew that music will help them in some manner. If you notice the second picture here, three females are singing here. It's a hospital. This is during World War I. There's a, in the left side you will see there's a person who is playing guitar. I purposely found those pictures which have guitar here and not piano or other instrument, but okay. So they are singing, they are, and you will see there are a lot of wounded soldiers are there. This helps them for stress management. This helps them to get over with the trauma which they are right now dealing with. There are a lot of incidents where they used to participate in the choir means a singing group, right? Yeah. Now we'll see one video also. It's a really interesting video. During the World War II, there is a person, pianist, world famous pianist named Gilel. So Russia asked him to perform for all the soldiers before they are going for war. Going for as an, it was about to start, means सब लोग जा रहे हैं and he's performing. So this was like a greatest moment of the history when it comes to music connected to World War II. Let me, okay, I think so. Let me know if you can hear the sound, and if you can, just enjoy the video.
In here.
Во время войны Гилельс играл на фронте. Им нужна была его музыка. Необходимо было это величественное напоминание о ценностях, за которые стоит сражаться. Бессмертная музыка.
This is the starting of World War II. Now, if you notice, if you just think about this for a minute, World War, it's not about just it's my personal opinion as well somewhere, but tell me if you agree with this. It's not about winning thing, but who loses more, right? War is always about that. Who will get more affected? It's about that. So, not just a soldier, but everyone was affected. Imagine whole world was affected with this. All the families, from childrens to elder people, everyone. And how can someone cope up with that and again start to grow? Can we consider the fact that music also helps them to get over the fact what have happened, get over the stress, get over those all traumas, right? Lot of musicians, let's say during that time, let's say 1940, Elvis Presley, Beatles, these are few names I'm saying. There are lot of genres, lot of musicians, this say they help to spread the peace, right? People adopted new music, rock genre. If someone is a fan of rock genre here, there was a huge history behind rock genre. It somewhere shows some aggression which people also have in them. They relate with that genre. That's how it get evolved, right? So every music genre have a history connected to world war somewhere. They all feel that emotions through different genres, through different representative of those genres, right? So that's how the whole thing, the point I'm making here is music have been always part of humans when it comes to emotions, right? Music always helps you to feel something. That's why there's a saying, music is universal language. It is because without words you connect. It is a less threatening act, right? So that's how world war is really important factor when it comes to music therapy. After World War II, lot of countries adopted this as a uh, medical process. They have adopted music therapy as a therapy. There is a book published. I'm sorry, I forgot the word. I forgot the name. Published where is the music and medicine. I'll share that on a WhatsApp after this. By the way, all the references, whatever I'm saying, if you want any reference or any articles, I'll share all of them on WhatsApp to you, whoever is interested. Now, if we come back to again music, what is a therapy doing here then? Music we understand, emotion also we understand, but what therapy is doing? So therapy means sometimes you listen to music, you connect that with your past, you connect that with sometimes your what right now you're feeling. That's how once you feel something, it's easy to heal. It's easy to repair that thing, right? In a music therapy, we use two methods. Number one is the receptive method, number two, active method. Receptive method means you can imagine it. It's simply you're listening to music. It can be your choice of music or music therapist's choice. Before I'm moving forward with the types, when you're listening music at your home and you're getting emotional, that is not part of music therapy. When you're listening music and you're getting goosebumps, or you're crying, or you're feeling happy, you're feeling now energetic, I'm okay now, it is good thing. It is somewhere you're connected to music emotionally, that is good. But that is not music therapy. Music therapy have some different angles as well. Music therapists are trained musicians who knows exactly the combinations of those sare gama padanisa, what which moods they create, right? I'll show you some examples. So before showing the examples, let's complete this receptive technique. Means when you're listening the music, you just visualize whatever you are visualizing, just go with the flow, go with your thoughts, express your emotions. And that's if it is triggering the bad events, bad situation, some dramas, it will be helpful for therapists to heal that, to give you a relaxation, right? Number two, the second type, which is active, in which you are engaged with the act, you are doing some activity. Example, singing, dancing, tapping, or clapping, or let's say writing some lyrics, or you're reading lyrics and analyzing it, or composing a music. If you are a musician, or if you know music a little, you can compose it, or maybe learn any instrument. That is an active type of music therapy. These two therapies followed worldwide. Every music therapist uh, use this not for always your choice of music or his choice of music or her choice of music. It depends on what you're going through. That's why I said like music therapy is not what in daily life we are uh, familiar with the music, right? So the next one, before the next one, let's do one thing. Ma'am, I'll back in 1 minute. I'll get my guitar so that I can explain the difference between the sounds.
Sure.
Right?
Just stop share this.
Yes.
Wonderful audience and hope you're enjoying it. So let's listen to that piece of music that he's going to tell us, show us.
Okay, sorry for making you wait for 2 minutes. This was not part of it, but now I'm interested in explaining properly. That tell me if you can hear my guitar clearly. Can you?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah. So just listen this carefully. We are just trying to figure out whether you find the difference between first sound and second sound. That's it. I'm not playing a song. I'm not playing any song. Philip have types on. I'm not playing any song yet. Okay. So just listen this very carefully. It is nothing but a scale which you know, sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa, right? Just listen one more time. Right? Now listen this. More time. Now tell me, does these both sound same? The first one, second one? In a chat you can type. No, okay. No, no. Both are different scales. Correct, correct. Exactly. That's what proved that music therapy as a to take music therapy, you don't have to have musical knowledge or something. No, we always have that in us. We all have a rhythm sense, we all have a pitch sense. We can differentiate them easily. Like example, जब घर पे आरती करते हैं भगवान की तो everyone claps in a particular order, right? No one do that in a different way. If someone is doing, we get disturbed, right? Sometimes. So that is again part of rhythm sense. We all have that naturally. Rhythm sense we have, we can differentiate our ears. Raga Saraj. Yeah, correct. So Raga Chikitsa. Yeah, that we not gonna touch to those topics now, ragas and everything, because it will be a very vast and wide topic, right? This was just to explain that we understand the difference, and that's how different emotion get triggered. That's what we use in music therapy. Music therapists know all the combinations. They knows all genres, all style of music, which one to prefer for what type of problem. Yeah. Let me share the screen again. Yeah. Now music therapy is helpful. First of all, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. We just talk about a World War II, right? The first one, post-traumatic stress disorder and traumatic brain injury. These are the most common in all military soldiers. That's the reason in World War II they hire all the musicians as a part-time job, because music always helps them to remind some good people in their life, good situation in their life. If not, even if a bad situation they are dealing with, it get trigger, therapist is therapist will be helpful there to relax him, make him give the calm therapy, relaxation therapy, healing therapy, right? So the first two, PTSD and traumatic brain injury, is the mostly you will see in a almost like 86% of a soldier at that time. Can you imagine? Autism, like autism, I would like to share one thing. Now, one of my student, I feel fortunate that I'm part of it, that he's learning guitar with me. It's been 3.5 years. I didn't know that time. I also thought like, how come autism is here? How it's gonna help them? I didn't understand. But fine motor skill. If you understand fine motor skill, small muscle group, right? And understanding of pitch means, if I recall the first lessons with my student, that he was not able to speak in a proper pitch, means a volume. He was not able to understand how loud he is talking and how softly he can talk, right? His fine motor skills, he was like, literally he used to shiver like this. I'm not exaggerating also. He used to shiver like that, uh, severe condition, right? But now he is able to play some small jingles. Definitely it means music somewhere helps him, right? Why autistic person always have some musical talent, if you have noticed. I've been reading about that, and first thing, it's because they don't find music as a threatening. It is very easy for autistic person to get to build a rapport with them. Always music is the best option. You can easily have good rapport, good connection with them, and you can make them small understanding about the small issues where they are facing, right? Similarly, these small treatments like depression, we talk about the hormones, right? Dopamine and serotonin is a hormone which is very low in depressive clients, in patients, right? So music helps them to get distract from what right now they are facing. Sometimes just go in a with the flow of music, with the flow of that part of song or a piece of music what they are listening to. Cardiac conditions, also some researchers have explained that when you listen to the music which have a lot of rhythm oriented songs, so your heart rate tries to match, not tries to match, naturally your heart rate is moving in the same speed of a song. If you're listening, for example, if you're listening a fast tempo song, tempo means the speed, in short. If you're listening super fast songs which are counting like 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, like that, your heart rate is high, your blood flow is high, blood pressure is high, right? When you're listening a very soft song, see, very like 1 2 3, very softly, but it's a music, you're involved in it, right? It will help to reduce the blood pressure. So for doctors generally use that for that music therapy, in a music therapy, for the blood pressure issue. When you have to increase the blood flow, definitely they will make you to listen fast tempo songs always. Anxiety, substance use, music always, it's a expression sometimes. Substance use sometime, there is so much rage or anger is there in some people, right? Some genres of music, let's say metal music, rock music, have shown some of the results where people choose these kind of music to express that. I'm not saying those are angry people, understand that. I'm not saying those are angry people. They act something with the rage or something. No, music just help them to get express. They feel like someone have understood them, kind of, right? It's like, that's why I wrote here self expressions, right? This is the these are the use of music therapy. And now, yeah, oh yeah, okay. So now one more interesting thing. Now again, if you have something in your hand, pen, pencil, mobile, something, just keep it aside for just 3 minutes, maximum 3 minutes. I'll take. We're gonna listen something. Okay. Again, this is just to understand how a piece of music which we are not aware of can make you feel some emotions. If that happens, I'll call this seminar as a successful. Let's so everyone, can you please just you don't need to see the screen now, just keep your hands free, just relax your neck. Yeah, if you want, you can switch off your video for 2 minutes, don't worry. If you close your eyes, just focus on your breathing. Let's start breathing a little bit more intense and slowly. Let's do 3 deep breathings. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Listen to the music. Yes, you can switch on your videos and And in a chat, if you can just type a word, what emotion you're feeling right now, just categorize it, anything.
Can you please stop share?
Oh, yes. Pleasure. Okay, relaxing, joy, pleasure. Yeah. If you notice, you can see the chats, everyone can see the chat, that it's just one music, how it everyone perceive it differently, right? Same music can portray different feelings. This music was composed by a Russian composer in 1875, right? So it's not about, oh, I don't know that music, so it will not affect me. It's not that. Or it's not about like, oh, my favorite song, if they are playing this, then only I will get helped, or I feel like calm. So it's that's the job of a music therapist, to understand the person, to understand the problem, and just connect with different genres or categories of music, and just understand, make him feel heard. Yeah. So this is from my side. If you have any questions, you can put it in the chat. And if you think that this is interesting, you want more details, definitely we can plan for another seminar maybe after a month, uh, regarding music therapy, part 2, something like that. Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mahin. Thank you so much. It was wonderful. And I hope everybody enjoyed. Let me see your emoticons. Let me see your emoticons, the screen, so that I can take a screenshot and I can share with others how they enjoyed this particular session today. And I will just open up for question and answers. By that time, you can just put the questions in chat. Mahin will be reading it and we'll be answering that. Okay, so nice of you. Thank you so much. So we are open for question and answers. If you want to ask anything, just raise your hands through the emoticon and I will unmute and you can ask doubts or anything you want to share about this seminar. It could be anything. Yes, whatever things Mahin will share, the articles, the book and all those things. So that you can get it. I will put it in all the WhatsApp groups, what we have, wherever I've shared the seminar thing. And on that, my number was also there. So if you want to connect with me personally, you can do that. Fine, yes, Sanju.
Hello. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thanks to Mahen. It was like a wonderful session you have given. I enjoyed and learned so much of the from this session. Thank you so much. And my question is, actually, I'm working in a school, so I'm facing like students are nowadays, especially I'm talking about the adolescent children. uh, like they are somehow nowadays inclined towards mobiles, gadgets, right? And along with all these things, they are restless somewhere. They are quite far from the reality, what they should do, why, how they can utilize their time nicely. So my question is how we can use this music therapy to calm down this age, adolescent. If you can answer me, thank you.
Yeah. So now this differ each student by student, the choice of music, right? And how it's gonna, like how we just saw that one music, everyone perceive it differently, right? So first of all, we need to understand some of their favorite songs. If you're working individually on them, then it would be great that you're understanding what kind of music they listen to, right? Second of all, it depends on activities. If you're doing some activities with them, and if you want, oh no, you said the relaxation, right? So in that case, share some history with them sometime. With make it interesting, like a music education kind of, with the comparison that this guy was a world's famous something something was there. Let's listen to him, like that. We will not see drastic changes through music, of course, in the first go, but that might help. Other than that, Rink ma'am, if you can help, I don't think so. I can.
Sure. So, like when you're talking that how adolescents can be relaxed, so first we need to find out why the aggression is there, why the disturbance is there. Okay, why they are disturbed so much mentally. And once we know the reason, then we can give them exposure to different kinds of music and see what reaction they are getting. Like how we did now for 3 to 4 minutes. He played a piece of music and everybody had experienced a different feeling, a different thing. So like this, you can make them sit in 5, 6 students in a room, play different music. You can connect with Mahen later on to get some music pieces so that you can make them listen and see how they are reacting. And the music which calms them down the most, you can then replay with them on an occasional basis. That will help them to understand, and you also, it will help you to understand which music is calming the students. In a group, individually, of course, it's a different thing. That is a deep study if anybody wants to go for a deep therapy. Okay, and before the next question from Harini, Anju, I hope we are clear that your doubt is clear.
Uh, one more thing is, Anju ma'am, like you can suggest them to learn an instrument, because that teaches the patience. You have to sit at one place, right? That itself will teach them to, stability, patience. That somewhere leads to a relaxation.
Right. So that is most important thing. We can ask them to play a piece of music if that is what is happening. So before the second question or any more questions, just a small announcement I would like to do. This is our first seminar, and this platform is open to everyone who wants to present something here. Okay, I will be you can connect with me directly, one-on-one. We can have a discussion. We can decide on what topics people would love to listen. And also we have a WhatsApp group of psychology talks. I will share the link in all the WhatsApp groups. You can join that WhatsApp group, Psychology Talks, where we discuss cases, we discuss problems and solutions. As we are psychologists, all of us, we would love to know more therapies, more scales to diagnose the problems. Correct? So that is how we work. And you can connect with me one-on-one. My contact number is 9868 3264 and 54. Okay, 9868 326454. If you don't have it, you can connect one-on-one. If you are interested in presenting, this platform is open for everyone, even the newcomers, everyone. Okay, thanks for lovely comments. Thanks for the lovely response. Yes, Harini, you can ask your question.
I'm Harini and I have my sister sitting with me. Her name is Hamsini. So I learned the piano and Hamsini also plays the ukulele and the guitar. So we had a question. We were thinking, if you listen to any music which you don't like or don't enjoy, then does your body have any reactions, anything bad?
Wow.
Okay, before you answer, Mahen, I would like to see this lovely girl. So what's your age?
We just turned 11.
Oh, great. So we have young audience with us. Really great. Thank you. Yes, Mahen, if you could answer their question.
Yes. So yeah, that is really brilliant question actually. Uh, so when you're listening to a music which you don't like, that is first of all depend on what you're listening. Is it a lyrics included with the lyrics or not? If it is with the lyrics and you don't like, it means you're not uh, your beliefs are not matching with the lyrics, what you are not that kind of person or personality. If it is an instrumental music, then yes, of course it is somewhere affecting in your body. It just your choice is not to listen to that, but that doesn't mean that brain will stop reacting to that. It's like a same Harini, like your imagine your mom have cooked a vegetable which you don't like, right? That doesn't mean that now you're not hungry, correct? Your body react. It doesn't matter whether it's your favorite food is on the table or not. Your body reacts equally, right? It's the same thing.
Okay, Harini, so if you listen a music which you don't like, okay, that is very important. We don't like. It's not about whether the music is good or bad. I may like rock, you may not like rock music. So it will create irritation, anger also if it is not matching your frequency, like Mahen said. So I hope we have answered your question. Yes, Harini? Have we answered your question?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yes,
Thank
and
you.
no, yes, Harini. Please. You were saying something?
No.
Okay, fine. So that's great. That's really lovely. And any more questions? Yes, Dr. Vedahi, please go ahead. Yes, Dr. Vedahi, you want to can type it in the chat also, Vedahi. Okay, yes. What's your name? CMR 104. May I know your name, please? You can unmute yourself.
Ma'am, Sarika this side. I'm sorry, this generally Zoom meeting is used by my son, and it's his roll number.
Okay.
So that's why. So yeah, Mahen sir, it's a really very informative session, and I really appreciate that you have taken this initiative, ma'am, that to provide platform to each other. और बहुत सारी अलग-अलग हम therapies भी जान रहे हैं. आई एम अ श्लोका प्रेरणर, सो मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि जो एंशियंट टाइम में जितने भी हमारे वैदिक मंत्रास थे वो इसी तरह लाउड और किसी एक फ्रीक्वेंसी में बोले जाते थे, क्योंकि वो हमारे ब्रेन को उस तरह से करते थे. लाइक अगर मंदिर की आरती सुनकर कोई भी इरिटेट कभी नहीं होता. आई डोंट थिंक कि कोई भी इरिटेट हो सकता है, पॉसिबल ही नहीं है. वो इस तरह से डिजाइन था आरती कि आप हमेशा उससे एक स्पिरिचुअल लेवल पे हाई हो जाते हैं. ओके, सिमिलरली जो स्कूलों में बच्चों को सिखाया जाता था, जितने भी लर्निंग कराई जाती थी वो भी राइमिंग पैटर्न में कराई जाती थी. लाइक अगर आप लोग हिंदी मीडियम से पढ़े हैं तो हम लोग ने 2 एकम 2 2 दूनी 4 इस पैटर्न में पढ़ा हुआ है. और अगर अभी भी कोई हमको टेबल लर्न करने बोलता तो हमें वही बैक में जो हमने लर्न किया है वही हमारे बैक ऑफ माइंड में चलता है ना. तो या म्यूजिक हैज लाइक पावर टू चेंज योर स्टेट ऑफ माइंड. आप किसी भी मूड में, लाइक अगर अब हम वर्ल्ड कप का फाइनल खेल रहे हैं और वंदे मातरम बजा दिया जाए तो आई डोंट थिंक कि प्लेयर्स और जो भी है वहां पर इतना हाई फील करेंगे और वो बहुत एनर्जेटिक फील करेंगे रादर देन कोई रोमांटिक सॉन्ग बजाया जाए. तो ऑफ कोर्स आपका स्टेट ऑफ माइंड चेंज होता है. मगर द थिंग विच आई ऑल्सो नोटिस, बिकॉज मैं बच्चों के साथ काफी काम करती हूँ, श्लोकास सिखाती हूँ उनको, तो बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स मेरे पास आते हैं. आई थिंक कि मैं देखती हूँ कि लोग जो है अपने बच्चों को, आई डोंट थिंक हरिणी एंड हंसनी शुड ऑफेंड विद दिस, अगर वो नया सुने तो ज्यादा अच्छा है, कि बहुत छोटी एज में पेरेंट्स जो है ऐसे सेंशुअस सॉन्ग से एक्सपोजर करते हैं, उनको डांस करवाते हैं, विच इज नॉट गुड. तो मैंने ये पैटर्न भी देखे कि बच्चे उस टाइप के सॉन्ग्स को ज्यादा सुनना पसंद करते हैं वंस दे गॉट एक्सपोज टू दोस काइंड ऑफ थिंग. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है उनकी सेंसुअलिटी अर्ली एज में डेवलप हो जाती है अगर आप इस तरह का सॉन्ग सुनाते हो ना. तो एम आई राइट दैट इट हैपेंस, और कुछ ब्रेन पैटर्न में चेंज होता है या कुछ ऐसे होता है? आई एम नॉट श्योर, बट आई फील दैट कि ऐसे होता है. इट शुड नॉट बी देयर. इतनी अर्ली एज में बच्चों को ऐसे सॉन्ग्स नहीं सुनाने चाहिए, उनके ऐसे सॉन्ग्स पे डांस नहीं करवाने चाहिए. तो सेंसुअलिटी जल्दी डेवलप होती, मुझे ऐसा फील होता है. So I don't think whether I'm right or wrong. Can you help me out, ma'am? Or
Mahen, would you like to answer?
A bit of it, I will try, ma'am. So your observation, ma'am, are on point. Yes, it is accurate that music influence your state of mind. It can change your state of mind. The video I shared, that is a composition of Rachmaninoff, that piano player. So he was considered the most inspiring composer at that time in Russia. That's why he was playing those pieces before they are going for a war. है ना. सिमिलरली प्रेयर्स आपने जो एग्जांपल्स दिए या फिर मैच का एग्जांपल दिया, डेफिनेटली आई गिव यू एग्जांपल. जैसे आप कोई भी हॉरर मूवी देख लो विदाउट अ साउंड, you will not get affected that much, right? It is a sound which changes your state of mind. uh,
Correct.
in a history, there is a saying which is a mythological thing, so I don't have proof of that, but there is a concept called tritone. Tritone मतलब ऐसे combinations थे sound के which is very unpleasant. That's why those were those chords. If any musicians here, I'm talking about a diminished chord. They used to call it a devil's tone, right? So it used to be banned in a church, like whole region, whole some of the countries also banned that sound. But it's a mythological reference I'm talking right now. There are some series also, or some CIA reports in a news you might have seen, where they use a metal music sometime to not to torture but disturb the criminals in a jail. तुमने कुछ वेब सीरीज में ऐसे देखा होगा जनरली कि कोई कैदी को रखा है एक बंद रूम में एंड कॉन्स्टेंटली एक म्यूजिक चल रहा है, दैट मेटल म्यूजिक, बिकॉज दैट इज अ aggressive music. You can't stand more than, like, let's say 30 minutes, 20 minutes, it up to like capacity, person's capacity. But that again change your state of mind, so of course it is. And back to the kids, what you're saying, of course it influence their choices, but again, if it depend on what kind of songs they are listening to, because now uh, if we are saying the age of 9, 10, 11 something, it is great that every parent should ask their children to learn an instrument, and that is the job of music teachers then, to give a good direction what kind of music is a music. And we should get influenced by sound is a music, not the lyrics or the picturization. What uh, I'll yeah, Rinku ma'am, you can.
राइट. सो सेंशुअल म्यूजिक का मतलब ये है कि हमें लिरिक्स, हमें मीनिंग पता है उसका, हमें सब पता है कि उसका मतलब क्या है. डांस अजीब ढंग से दिखाया जा रहा है. लाइक इफ यू सी द पठान सॉन्ग, okay, the Shahrukh Khan song, the lyrics, God knows what they are, but the beats, the music, they make you dance. If you just ignore the lyrics, you ignore the picturization and just listen to the music, they make you dance, right? They make you tap your feet or clap your feet. So that what concern you are having about sensuality, that concern is a totally different thing, because the song will be listened now and it will be forgotten as soon as a new song comes.
Yes.
The music is not responsible for sensuality. They are the lyrics and the presentation what is being done. That is responsible for sensuality. That is what I want to say. Okay, so we'll have just two more questions, Dr. Vaidehi and Gayatri, because we are just 9 p.m. was our thing to finish off. You can always put the questions in your WhatsApp group and we'll be happy to answer. Yes, Dr. Vaidehi, you can unmute yourself. Are you able to unmute yourself, Dr. Vaidehi?
Hello.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. I want to ask one question. Is there any reference or any website particularly regarding ragas and their effects? I have searched too many times, but I am not satisfactory with that results. And another question is about the references regarding music as a medicine.
Okay, so if you want music and medicine regarding, I'll send you that, okay, on a WhatsApp, ma'am.
Yes, yes, you
And
can send it to me. I'll put it in the different groups where they are present. Okay.
yes, ma'am. Similarly, for the ragas also, I'll do that. And if you just remember American Association of Music Therapy, AAMT. You will search that on Google. You will get most of the music therapy related content there.
American Association of Music
Music
Therapy.
therapy.
Okay. Yes, Gayatri, your question, please.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, sir. Actually, the session was very wonderful, and usually we know that chanting and music really has a positive effect on us. But regarding the classical music and the Western music, and also the vocal and instrumental. So, classical music, if we say that different according to the different moods, the ragas are classified, and during that means time period, you have to play or you have to listen to that. Then it gives you the best result out of that. So, is there any psychological also study that how it affects the brain when you listen to classical music and Western, and at what time, and also instrumental and vocal, and what affects the most basically to make you calm, peaceful, and control your emotions or like that? So this is my first question. And should I go for the second question, because I have two questions?
It's completed, Gayatri. We'll take your one question.
Yeah, and second question is that, like, if you are aware of the bits, like you are playing some instrument, or you know the music very well, okay, then during the studies, or during you are doing any work, if you listen to the music for a long time, does it affect your focus? Or in general also, if you play the music, does it affect your focus, or does it distract you, or does it help you to be more focused, or help you for the studies, or like that?
Okay, so to the second question first, ma'am, because it's a fresh one now. uh, so it should not affect, it should not disturb you, music. Maybe then music, the choice of music matters here. And second of all, what kind of learner are you, visual, auditory, or kinesthetic, right? So if we are kinesthetic, sorry, if you are visual learner, they will not get distracted at all. But auditory learner means what? Means whatever coming to their ears, that getting processed to the brain quickly, right? In that case, if they are listening something, they can't talk or they can't do activities. In that case, it might happen. So on more like narrow, if I narrow it down, the answer to the second question, it ideally it should not disturb you while working, but it depend on the learning methods. And ma'am, correct, ma'am?
Yes, yes, very much. And the first question was some research. He was asking if there is a research done on difference between classical music, Western music, how it affects the brain.
Brain and the vocal and instrumental thing. Okay, so yes, research have been made. If you want to get into that, I will suggest personally that you must learn any instrument or a music theory, so that you will understand the combinations of different sound, how it generates different kind of sounds. Right now, in today's example also, we understand that we can differentiate the sound just by ears, right? By learning music theory, you will understand how to explain it, or how to make it a theoretical. And yes, of course, voice, human voice is the most connecting thing in music. So that's why the chanting or vocals, that's why if you see in music performances, why we called vocalist as a front person of a group, because he's the one who is getting more connected to people. His voice has been used. Similarly, the instruments which have close to a human voice, let's say flute or a violin, sarangi, they are also connected to our ears because they don't have that, the instrument have that quality to get nearly to the vocal kind of structure. Is it helpful?
So the research articles we can look upon and we can share it in the
Yeah,
group.
yeah.
And Gayatri will get back to you. And thank you so much, everyone, for patient listening and responding with such a large number. We had 46 participants today. And next seminar we will be having on our 4th Saturday. So we'll be mostly taking up the topic of relaxation techniques during anxiety, as many of you have asked for that in psychology talks. That is our WhatsApp group in which we discuss about psychology, therapies, techniques, different cases, real life cases, wherein you can give your inputs, wherein you can understand what is going on, what are the different mental health issues and how they can be resolved. Okay, so it's a very productive group, no nonsense talks in that, everything related to psychology. So relaxation techniques in anxiety, that will be our next topic on a 4th Saturday. And the next month, we will be finalizing the topics. So if anybody interested, get in touch with me personally to present if you're interested. It would be a great thing. And I hope everybody enjoyed. Have a nice good night, a lovely weekend. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you so much. Good night.